Eric Scheidler here, Executive Director of the Pro-Life Action League. I am coming to you from Cook County Circuit Court here in Skokie, Illinois, where I have just been to the first hearing in the People versus Julian Van Ostrand. This is the man who threw a cup of coffee all over me when I was trying to offer him a flyer and talk to him about abortion during the Pro-Life Action League's Face the Truth tour back in June. And I wanted to share with you what happened today in court. The case was the first one called because the defendant had an attorney with him and they like to dispose those cases early. And the prosecutor reached out to me, Jonathan Chi, and we had a conversation about the case. I talked to my attorneys at the Thomas More Society and decided to allow this man the opportunity to do some community service and have the charges dropped. Why did I do that? You know, because I feel very strongly about defending the pro-life movement from this type of violence against us. He was brought up on a battery charge, which could have significant ramifications for him in his future. This is a guy without any kind of criminal record at all. He just kind of lost it that one day. And I can understand that. Still, I don't approve of people attacking pro-lifers. You know, because so often it just escalates. You know, people get away with it. They swerve at us, they scream at us, they swear at us, they throw things, they punch people, they beat them up sometimes. And I wanted to be sure to be zealous in defending the movement here. But what really swung it for me was I found out from the prosecutor that this man and his wife had a horrible prenatal diagnosis, a child severely disabled, and in their understanding, they had to have an abortion of this child. That had happened shortly before the Truth Tour, where he came across these pictures of abortion. You can imagine how that might affect somebody who'd just been through an abortion for what was originally a wanted pregnancy. I, of course, vehemently disagree with the idea of aborting a child because they're disabled. That doesn't solve anything. It didn't make the situation better for him. Obviously, he's still extremely distraught. I believe it would have been a better choice to give birth to that child and allow that child to live even for a few hours, loved by its parents and welcomed into the community for that brief period of time, instead of treated like medical waste and discarded. But I don't know anything about their situation or how pressured they might have been or what knowledge they may or may not have had about their other options. I was really moved, though, by the thought of this man losing a child. I have 8 children myself. They're all very healthy children. I've had siblings that have had disabled children, have lost pregnancies to severe fetal anomalies, trisomy 18 and the like. So I can sympathize with that. And I thought this was a time maybe for a little bit of mercy and a little bit of magnanimity. And I hope I'll have the opportunity to talk to him. He's going to do some community service, that he's going to come back into court and he's going to apologize to me. And at that time, I'll have the opportunity to maybe share a little bit more about the pro-life perspective with him, hoping to win someone over and hoping to have this be a more positive example in his life of what the pro-life movement's about. So that's why I made that decision. I thought, here's a case where a decision to be merciful rather than to throw the book at the guy might be better for that one-on-one relationship between me and him, the guy who mistreated me, the guy who was screaming and yelling at me. Because at the end of the day, that's what the pro-life movement is about. It's about one-on-one relationship. Fundamentally, at the center of it all is the relationship between mother and child that we want to see restored and never harmed and turned to violence through abortion. But there's also the relationship each one of us has with moms who are experiencing unexpected pregnancy, with passersby we talk to during a protest or demonstration, with neighbors or friends we engage with on the abortion issue. It's a one-on-one relationship, and I thought, here's my opportunity to try to build something in that direction and be an example in that way for the pro-life movement. So it's very important to this case be an example, but it doesn't necessarily have to be an example of us going after somebody with all the prosecutorial rigor we can, but maybe a little bit of mercy, showing them the compassionate side of the pro-life movement. So that's what's happened here in court. I'll be back again in October to see if this community service has been done in the next step. So, I'll be back with you then, telling you about that. Appreciate you watching this. Please say a prayer for this fella. Julian's his first name, and and for his wife and for their baby, who was lost to abortion. We have an opportunity to pray and to show what kind of compassionate, prayerful people we are. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. To donate to the cause, visit prolifeaction.org. Follow us on Facebook @ProLifeAction. I'll talk to you soon. God bless.